Yesterday, I showed you a strategy of using different colors to help you find the order of the events in the story. And today, I'm going to show you how to do it if you don't have different colors to use and you just have your pencil or a highlighter. So first, let's read our story. The title of our story is The Magnifying Glass. Timmy's grandfather was reading the newspaper. He held something in his hand as he read. "What's that, Grandpa?" asked Timmy. "It's a magnifying glass to help me see the words better," said Grandpa. He showed Timmy how holding the glass over a word made the word look bigger. Timmy looked at a fly under the magnifying glass. The fly looked big. Timmy could even see the eye of the fly. "It's like magic," he said. Timmy wanted to explore the yard with Grandpa's magic glass. "Let's go to the store and buy one for you," said Grandpa. "Then I can finish reading my newspaper." Okay, so that's the story about the magnifying glass. Down here on the bottom, we are going to number these sentences from 1 to 5 to show when they happened in the story. All right, so let's say I have a highlighter. I can go back and highlight these events in the story. So Timmy looked at a fly under the magnifying glass. So I'm going to scan with my eyes and look for the word fly and magnifying glass. And there it is in the second paragraph. So I'm just going to highlight it. Look at this next sentence. Timmy's grandfather was reading. So I'm going to scan and look for where his grandfather was reading. Oh, it's in the first sentence. Timmy's grandfather was reading. Now, if you don't have a highlighter, that's fine. You can underline these with your pencil, or you can even circle them. Grandpa showed Timmy how the magnifying glass works. Okay, I'm scanning for where Grandpa showed Timmy. Oh, here it is. In the first paragraph, the last sentence, he showed Timmy how holding the glass over a word made it look bigger. Notice this is not word for word, but it is the same thing. Grandpa showed Timmy how the magnifying glass works. He showed Timmy how holding the glass over a word made the word look bigger. They are the same. It's talking about the same thing. Timmy wanted to take the magnifying glass outside. Oh, third paragraph, first sentence. Timmy wanted to explore the yard with Grandpa's magic glass. So let me highlight that. Because the yard would be outside, correct? Okay. Last, Grandpa is going to buy Timmy a magnifying glass. And in that third paragraph, it says, "Let's go to the store and buy one for you," said Grandpa. So I'm going to highlight it. Now, this is not quite telling you yet what the order is because they're all yellow. But we know we only need to focus on the highlighted yellow sentences. And we're going to put them in order. So we're going to start with our first highlighted yellow sentence. If you don't have a highlighter, you would have yours underlined or circled. Timmy's grandfather was reading. This is at the top. I know this is the first event in the story, so I need to find this. No. Yes, Timmy's grandfather was reading. So this is number 1. Now I'm going to go to the second highlighted sentence. He showed Timmy how holding the glass over a word made the word look bigger. We just talked about that sentence, and we know that's when Grandpa showed Timmy how the magnifying glass works. So this is number 2. Okay, look at the next sentence. Timmy looked at a fly under the magnifying glass. Well, that's our first one here. Timmy looked at a fly under the magnifying glass. So this is the third event that happened. Next sentence. Timmy wanted to explore the yard with Grandpa's magic glass. When he wanted to explore the yard, this is when he wanted to go outside. So this is number 4. And then the last sentence that we've highlighted is, let's go to the store and buy one for you, said Grandpa. The last event to happen is Grandma is going to buy Timmy a magnifying glass. So this is number 5. Okay? Now, let's look at a different type of story. Okay? This story is instructions on how to make something. So, the sequence of events matters. The sequence of events matters in recipes and steps on how to make things as well. So let's read how to make a tornado in a bottle. If you have extra time and these supplies at home, you can make a tornado in a bottle at home with your parents. You can make a tornado in the safety of your own home. Take 2 plastic bottles with screw-on caps. Glue the caps together so the tops are back to back. Ask a parent to help you make a hole through the glued bottle caps using a large nail. Fill 1 bottle about 3/4 full with water. Add food coloring and even some glitter so the tornado will be easy to see. Screw the double cap onto the bottle with water in it. Screw on the empty bottle at the top. Turn the 2 bottles upside down. Use both hands to hold the bottom bottle firmly. Use your wrists to turn the bottles as if you were drawing circles in the air. The water inside the bottles will start to swirl. You should see a tornado-like funnel form in the water. Okay, so this time we're going to do a different strategy. And we're going to pretend you don't have a highlighter or colored pencils. And we're going to go through these steps and we're going to find the first step and we're going to find the last step. Okay, so first I'm going to count these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I know my first one's going to be 1. My last one is going to be 10. Okay, here we go. So let's go back and read this first sentence. You can make a tornado in the safety of your home. So the first step is take 2 plastic bottles with screw-on caps. All right, let's see if we can find that. No. 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 Look at this one. Find 2 plastic bottles with screw-on caps. There is our number 1. Okay, now you could just keep going from here and keep reading on and then finding it. But just to show you really quick, I'm going to go to the very end of our paragraph. The very last sentence says, you should see a tornado-like funnel form in the water. And when I scan these sentences, I see right here, you should see a tornado form in the water. I know that this is the last step, the last thing that's going to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and label it as 10. So now I know the first and the last event. I'm going to go back to the top and see what happened after my first event. So my first event, which you could underline these as you go if you want, so you know where you're at, is there. The next step was glue the caps together so the tops are back to back. Okay, so I'm looking for the clue word glue. Oh, glue the caps together. So I know this is the second step. I'll highlight that because I've done it. Next, ask a parent to help you make a hole through the glued bottle caps using a large nail. Okay, I'm looking for hole and nail. Use a large nail to make a hole in the caps. This is step 3. All right, see how easy this is? You don't have to have a highlighter or fancy colored pens or crayons. Fill one bottle about 3/4 full with water. Okay, filling with water. I'm filling with water. Fill one bottle until it is about 3/4 full with water. Now, you have not learned fractions yet, but let me just tell you, 3/4 can also be read as 3/4. Remember this. 4. How many quarters are in a dollar? Hopefully you said 4. There's 4 quarters in a dollar. So these, when there's a 4 in the bottom of a fraction, are called quarters. So fill one bottle until it is about 3/4 full with water. And this is step number 4. Okay, good. Next, add food coloring and even some glitter so the tornado will be easy to see. Okay, we're scanning for food coloring and glitter. Boom, right there on the top. Add some food coloring and glitter. The last number we wrote is 4, so this is step 5. Okay, next, screw the double cap onto the bottle with water in it. Okay, new. Here we go. Screw the empty bottle on top. Does that sound exactly like what we read? Let's go back up. Screw the double cap onto the bottle with water in it. It sounds like we really need to look for the words double cap. Let's keep going. Screw the double cap on the bottle with water. That's what we needed. Okay, so that's our next step, which is step 6. It's very easy to make a mistake if you're rushing. So we did this one. We got to pay attention to details. And the next step, screw on the empty bottle at the top. And that is what this one said. Screw the empty bottle on top. So that's the next step, which is step 7. Okay. Then it says turn the 2 bottles upside down. Okay, let's look for it. Oh, there it is. Turn the double bottles upside down. Double, 2, same thing. So this is step 8. Now, should I just go ahead and write 9 because that's my last one and I know 9's my last? No, don't do that. You want to be a good student. Go back and check. Use both hands to hold the bottom bottle firmly. No. Use your wrist to turn the bottles as if you were drawing circles in the air. The water inside the bottles will start to swirl. Move the bottles in a circle to make the water swirl. There we go. Step 9. Now all of our steps are in the correct order, so we have sequenced our steps correctly.